Where does science end and spirituality begin? For centuries, we have been taught that science and God exist in separate realms. Throughout the last 8 episodes, we have explored many principles demonstrating that science demands a creative force, and that consciousness intelligence is a basic property of the universe. Many no longer see science as strictly cold and calculating, without room for the warmth of a guiding influence. Scientifically and mathematically speaking, evolution cannot overcome the hurdles of entropy without help. The relentless, overwhelming, and destructive force of entropy would not allow life to continue. As we've seen, Genesis 3.0 Creation Update correlates both scientific and spiritual principles, showing how they validate each other and illustrates that everything within the universe is totally interconnected. It breaks through past scientific misunderstandings and helps us better understand our reality, especially as it pertains to consciousness. There is so much information in Genesis 3.0 Creation Update about the integrated theory of consciousness that covering it all in this video series is impossible. For a deeper understanding of the principles discussed here, explore the book and see for yourself how the universe requires a creative force. In review, and here's a professor coming out in me, many of the principles we've covered are first, that a creative force manifesting the trifecta properties of omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence is a driving force behind evolution. This challenges Darwin's theory of evolution, and while the evolution of life has been influenced by natural selection, survival of the fittest is only an editor. The evolution of the universe occurs against the opposing process of entropy, which continually breaks down all life and forms. This highlights the need for a creative force to counteract this deterioration. This also requires the continuous expansion of space. This creation process, entropy, and spatial expansion are all occurring exponentially because they are all interconnected. Moses' creation account in Genesis represents an extraordinary effort to explain the universe's origin to an audience without scientific knowledge. Though it is not entirely accurate, given today's sophisticated understanding, yet roughly describes the sequence of events as we now understand them. Jesus, Buddha, Mohammed, and others experienced similar visions and episodes of enlightenment that suddenly revealed new levels of understanding, which literally changed the course of the world. Now, this is not a call for religious followers. It is a scientifically structured study of the fundamental workings of the universe and the forces that sustain its function and ongoing evolution. Peak experiences can be considered spiritual because their impact is so profoundly strong and deeply felt that they leave a lasting, lifelong impression. This deeper and more comprehensive understanding of the universe brings science and spirituality into complete harmony. Secondly, while science has successfully unified concepts like matter-energy and space-time, it has largely ignored consciousness and intelligence as integral components of the universe. Genesis 3.0 Creation Update bridges this gap by weaving these 6 elements into a single, unified, basic substance represented by the acronym MYSTIC. Consciousness and intelligence are fundamental properties of the universe, just like matter, energy, and space-time, and permeates all matter energy in space-time. Since space is continually expanding, consciousness intelligence has been evolving in all forms of life and non-life since the origin of the universe. It will continue becoming more complex and evolve without limit in an expanding universe. This book, which includes a synopsis of the integrated theory of consciousness, provides the most comprehensive explanation of consciousness by combining scientific concepts with spiritual principles. It is again based on the understanding that everything in the universe is interrelated and interconnected, and that consciousness is a primary ingredient. Many now embrace this realization that consciousness is a fundamental part of the universe rather than a product of electrochemical activity in the brain. More researchers are now viewing the brain as a recording and receiving device with an antenna or filter that both deposits and accesses memories within a universal mind. This universal mind, or cosmic consciousness, is distributed throughout the entire universe and can be accessed during states of superconsciousness. It holds a memory of every event, thought, or action since the beginning of the universe and is accessible during these elevated states. This memory is constantly updated as the universe continues to evolve. With increasing consciousness intelligence, higher consciousness states are not only possible, but are becoming more common. This leads to a deeper understanding of our reality. As our capacity to learn and process more information escalates, our understanding will become more accurate. The significance of this development is enormous. These breakthroughs came about through a superconsciousness or peak experience, which compares to ordinary consciousness as Niagara Falls does to a bathtub faucet. According to those who have experienced this, the sensation was of being one with the universe. There's strong evidence that humans can intentionally reach such states of superconsciousness, and as this ability develops, it will help us better understand the true meaning of our existence. This could mark a profound turning point for humanity, enabling us to consciously accelerate our own evolutionary progress. Also included in Genesis 3.0 Creation Update, but not covered in these episodes, is the realization that the evolution of consciousness and intelligence is a key requirement for moving toward a new kind of global enlightenment. This movement is primarily made up of individuals who have achieved higher states of consciousness. Although this process is slow, it is accelerating, leading to unprecedented change. We have reached a point where we can actively and consciously work toward achieving higher levels of consciousness and intelligence. This will foster a deeper understanding of our reality and promote a more community-oriented society. Through self-actualization, we can better act in ways that meet both individual and collective needs, recognizing that what benefits society also benefits the individual. While there is a potential for significant destruction to ourselves, total annihilation seems very unlikely. This offers a highly optimistic outlook for humankind's survival. Humans have evolved to higher states of consciousness and intelligence and will continue to do so, possibly without limit. Also, a new energy field has recently been discovered that requires no expenditure of physical energy and is likely how the creative force organized and evolved the universe through thought-directed action. Although this field has only recently been identified, its existence has been suspected for thousands of years. Also, the energy density within the very early universe was infinitely high and needed the expansion of space to allow it to decrease to a manageable level before energy could change into material form. This drop in density continues as long as space is in a state of expansion. In line with the integrated theory of consciousness, the James Webb Space Telescope has found contradictions with our current understanding of our evolutionary process. If this proves to be true, science will require a paradigm shift which will change our understanding of cosmology. The information in Genesis 3.0 Creation Update and the integrated theory of consciousness stands as one of the most accurate collections of ideas ever expressed about the nature of consciousness. When, over time, these concepts prove to be correct, it will demonstrate that higher states of consciousness can indeed be a source of new scientific knowledge and a deeper understanding of reality.